Alright, so welcome to the last boss event. This is going to be the last elite boss event in this update. So yeah, this is the final one, guys. This is going to be Elite Lych that we're playing through. This is the last one before update 46 arrives, which if everything goes to plan should be somewhere next week. And this one, you know, in comparison to the previous ones that we had, at least, I think the Ninja Q went a little bit softer than usual. So before we move on, let me just show you guys the modifiers. So we have 3 towers banned. That's going to be the attack and the spike, which are really nice for the first few tiers. And then the Ace Paragon is banned, which means that we're going to get some extra damage from some other paragons. It looks like the boss is a 70%, but this right here, the 20 max monkeys limit, is gonna be, well, I guess a little bit annoying. Also, not too many heroes left in the pool, so I chose Sada because I think this is gonna be a nice spot for it to do a lot of damage in the back. And also, I think that we just need some towers that allow us to get the farming going early on, and then it's gonna be fine eventually when we make the money. So get the Minneapolis going, get a couple of marketplaces going, and then we're gonna need to figure out what we want to do for the tier 1, I guess. But I wanted to talk to you guys about something else, and that is, well, update 46 and the early access in general. Have you guys watched some early access videos? Like, did you catch those? How are you liking the new update? I mean, it looks really nice. We showed off the tank paragon in the video that I made. We also showcased the new map, which is called Last Resort, which is a very interesting one. I mean, the way that the balloons loop, you know, sometimes the balloons take the first loop, sometimes they don't take a loop just at all. They just continue straight. So I still haven't actually figured it out how it works exactly. Yeah, so I think this is a good placement and I think a good layout in general. Yes, there we go. Look at this. So the village takes care of all 4 of these farms without us having to buy the bigger radius, which is nice because we save $400 and that's gonna go straight into a farm. So getting, you know, these marketplaces a little bit earlier, and as soon as these lead balloons come out, let me just use the level 3 ability, which should cover all of them, at least the first wave, and then the one on 30, I think we're gonna need to use 2 abilities for that one. So let me just keep buying these marketplaces. Alright, so it's time for the Minneapolis first, and then we're gonna have to sell it and get a Monkeyopolis, but let's just buy up this thing and let me just get a couple of these small farms. So we're gonna be getting the marketplaces. It's solid in range, she's barely on it. If I buy this thing, is she gonna be in range? Oh my god, that's so close. Okay, that's actually kind of disappointing, I'm gonna be honest, because she's gonna be popping a majority of these balloons and we're missing on a decent amount of cash from the Monkey Town, but I guess that's completely fine. Okay, so let me just turn on All-Star for these next 3 rounds, and then let's just keep buying some marketplaces, and I'm gonna see you guys in a second for the tier 1. Alright, so it's been a while, and I placed a bunch of towers, so let me just walk you guys through everything that's happening. So there are, first off, these small little dark monkeys. I get these guys for free, by the way, from the Monkey City, and I was struggling versus round 36, so I placed a bunch of them. They were actually really helpful in defending, but we got them for free, so we're just gonna sell them actually because they're taking up space as well. So I'm gonna sell all these guys. Place the sniper. We're obviously gonna be defending with the elite defender, and so this is actually gonna be a really important spot because this guy is in the range of the discount village, and I'm gonna have an alchemist like this, and hopefully the alchemist can buff both the sniper and Sada. And so once we're done with the boss, we can keep the alchemist, and it's gonna keep buffing Sada, which is the plan. All right, so let's click the start button and let's just I think we let these farms just produce a little bit of extra cash. That we're gonna need 14,000, and 14,000 is about how much? Oh, I think we should switch this guy to first, by the way, just so we clean up these guys. And there we go. We're at about 7k, so let's sell and sell. Let's get the elite defender now, switch it to strong. 73 lives should be more than enough, and we have some cash left over for the alchemist. So let's go like this, get it as a 320. And now the only thing that we need is to actually lose some lives from the soul, which should happen right now. There we go. So we get some extra attack speed going, and let's switch this sniper to first, and then move it back to strong again, and bam, there we go. We're on a roll, guys. Yeah, I really like it when they leave like either the sniper or the spike factory versus Lych, because these towers are like a cheat code versus, as long as you have lives, that is, because you're gonna need to be able to proc right this passive ability of the elite defender. But as long as you have some extra lives, like, this thing is gonna win by itself. Look at this thing go. All right, so let's move this guy to first. I don't want to be leaking any, but I guess we're just losing lives thanks to the soul, right? It's not like we should be concerned about camo detection, because our only camo so far is sawdust. Yeah, that's not really good, but let's actually deal with this chain mob first. There we go. Now the Lich soul, and I think we go back on strong, so we deal with the boss a little bit faster. I don't want to be taking too much time with this guy, so that's gonna be the last skull. And then I'm watching the camo purples. I'm ready with the solid level 3 ability, but I think it's gonna be fine, at least for these guys. And then 48 is gonna be the round in which we have to do something. But yeah, there we go. There goes the tier 1. So all this art is off, and once we clear out the small balloons around 45, we should take a break. So let's sell this guy as well. So the alchemist is now buffing Sada only, which is really good. I guess I'm gonna be buying like 2 central markets. Is this gonna be enough? When do we have these Moab class balloon spawns? Oh my god, it's on this round. All right, so let's move Sada on strong. I'm gonna use the level 3 ability. Where did it land, by the way? Oh no way, there's a 45 one as well. Okay, we need to actually restart this one, it looks like. Okay, so here's an idea. One of the towers that I want to use for sure is gonna be a sub for eventually, you know, the sub paragon. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna get a central market, but I'm gonna get a sub over here. So let's make it as a 203 to start things off. I'm gonna get a couple of dark monkeys, which we do do get for free. These guys are gonna be spotters, so let's go like this. And there we go. That's how it's supposed to be done, I guess. So let's get a couple of central markets. I think that I'm gonna be selling these central markets for a banana central when we get the money, but yeah, so far so good. All right, so round 55, and here's how things are going. So we have 5 central markets, and then I bought this thing, the 420, which is gonna become the banana central. And so if I sell all 5 of these guys, we're gonna get 85,000. Now the thing is that the banana central is 115k itself, so we're gonna need to have $30,000 saved up, and then we can sell all these guys and get the banana central. So yeah, that's the next thing that we're going for. Also, we're gonna have to be really careful with the overclock and the tick bot, because that's gonna be proccing the Lich heal, and it's gonna be a little annoying, so we need to be careful of that. But yeah, it's gonna happen on this round. Okay, so let me just collect these crates. Let me sell. Bam, there we go. Getting the central market. I mean, it's kind of it's round 56. It's not too bad. We bought it earlier for sure, but it's fine. This one is fine as well. Let me also get an overclock. Let me hook this overclock to a tick bot, and honestly, you know, we might even wanna stop after this, like, because we're gonna have the tier 2 coming out in 2 rounds. So yeah, I'm probably gonna be defeating it with the mat. Is the mat available? Yeah, it is. Okay, so we're gonna be buying the mat for the tier 2, looks like. All right, so let's go like this. Actually, I'm gonna have the dartling in I guess this spot closest to the alchemist, which is not by mistake. I want to have it like this. I'm gonna upgrade the alchemist to 420 because it's buffing a lot of towers, and I'm gonna give it a little bit of extra attack speed with the jungle drums. There we go. We get the money. So let me just buy the mat. I think I'm gonna be getting the laser shock as well. We're gonna be defeating 63 with the towers that we have on screen, and these guys don't exactly deal with you know, all these. Oh my god, that was a lot of spawns. All right, so let me just focus on the soul first, actually, and then let's we're gonna need to use the abilities. This is gonna hold, by the way. Yeah, this is gonna get a little bit tight, I'm pretty sure. So one of the things that we can do is, I guess, just upgrade this guy to the AP darts. I mean, it's like +1 damage and +1 pierce, if I'm not mistaken. So let's, I guess, get that. Let's focus on the soul, which is the most important thing. And then round 63 incoming. Okay, so I think for the first wave of 63, I'm gonna use the Sawda level 3 ability. So let's just get rid of these guys like that. That should be fine. There we go. It comes the second wave of 63. So I'm actually gonna use the level 10 ability, which is gonna wipe all these guys. And then for the third wave of 63, I'm gonna use the mad ability, and also we're gonna try and get some damage onto Lich. So there we go. Here they come. This is gonna be the third wave. I think that's all of them. We get some damage on Lich. There we go. That's absolutely perfect. All right, so we are getting actually a decent amount of money. So one of the things that we should be doing, or actually we should not forget to do, is to just keep farming. And I'm gonna be buying a bunch of BRS, which we're gonna sacrifice later on to the Monkeyopolis, so that we can free up some of our towers. And no, it's starting to heal. No, it's because of these alchemists and I think it's the alchemist actually this time. Okay, let me just pop these chain mobs really fast because Lich is not being able to get targeted. And do we sell the alchemist or do we push through? I am not sure. This thing is healing a lot. I think we sell the alchemist. We're gonna tank the extra heal, I guess. That's fine. We do have the mad ability, so I'm gonna save this thing for one last time, I guess. But are we even defending the small balloons is my question. I'm gonna use the mad ability now just so we get some extra help in dealing with the small balloons. This is getting way too close, by the way, but at least we're not healing him, so that's good. And yeah, this is gonna be it. Okay, so we take down the tier 2. This is actually a little bit closer than I thought. This is gonna be a problem for the later tiers. I hope not, because it is actually getting close. And Ninja Kiwi did reduce the speed of the boss to 70%, if I'm not mistaken. So I guess they tested it out, yeah. All right, so let's sell this guy. I placed a bunch of farms, by the way, so hopefully the placement and everything is right, because if we mess it up even by just a pixel, I think that we're just not gonna be able to buy the full thing. So it's supposed to be 9 farms in total, I think, with the, oh my god, one is missing. It's this one. No, this one is not gonna get sacrificed. That's fine. It's 8 farms in the Monkeyopolis. That's completely fine. Let's just buy it. And there it is. And let's just make sure we replace all of these farms that we lost now, because, well, there is a limit. There's a limit of 20 towers max. And I guess what this means is that once we're buying the Paragons, we're not gonna be doing, you know, these small sacrificial towers as much, because farming is a little bit more important. So the way that we're gonna be getting the Paragons is just the Paragon slider, right? We're gonna be sacrificing cash like that. All right, so around 79, and we have a lot of things going on. So first off, I think we're gonna be going for the Dark Paragon just because it's the cheapest one, not the one that I would want to buy. I wanted to have a sub Paragon at this point, but that's completely fine. Now here's the thing, because we cannot have these sacrificial or these small dart monkeys, the way that I'm gonna get a higher degree is by buying the second crossbow master. And actually, you guys can see that we cannot place any more towers because we reached the limit. So I'm gonna have the crossbow master be like here at the top. That's the last tier 5, and I think if I have it like this, that should be fine, right? Like in this spot, on the spot of the Ultra Juggernaut. Actually, you know what? I don't even like the Ultra Juggernaut spot. Can I fit a dart monkey like here where the farms are? I think that's gonna be a little bit better. Or do we take a risk? I think we take a risk. I think the Apex Plasma Master is gonna eat this thing up, I'm gonna be honest. But let's take the risk, and then we're gonna sell the Dart Paragon. We're gonna rebuy it in our spot. But see, this is the problem. So we're gonna need the small balls to actually just kind of bounce around and defeat these chain mobs. And that's, well, so far so good. It seems to be happening. This thing does a lot of damage. So yeah, let's not underestimate it, especially not versus the tier 3 boss. So yeah, it should be, there we go. Yeah, this is gonna be more than enough. That was all I consider about these chain mobs, especially chain BFBs. But I think that we're taking all of these guys down. So yeah, that's gonna be the tier 3 pretty easy. And then I think we're just selling the Apex Plasma Master. And then what do we do? I think we're getting ready for the Sub Paragon for the tier 4. And hopefully we can keep the Sub Paragon until the rest of the game, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, here goes the tier 3. So kind of an easy, kind of a chill pop. And at the same time, you know, I'm glad that we got it done just using the Dark Paragon because it's really cheap, right? Okay, so we have 4 towers left after buying the Paragon. I actually sold the Paragon, so let me have a couple of farms. I'm gonna try and get as many farms as possible. So this is gonna be probably the last farm. All right, they're gonna place only 2 more towers. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna buy the other tier 5s for the Sub Paragon, right? So go like this, get the Energizer at the back, and yeah, that should be about it. We're maxed out. Okay, so there's nothing else to do. I guess we're just gonna be collecting cash, and then when the time comes, we're just gonna buy the Sub Paragon and hope that that's gonna be enough versus the tier 4. All right, so here comes the tier 4. We've been doing very well actually. So 1.5 million. The farming has been going really nice, and then this thing costs 400,000. But the thing is, because we have no sacrificial towers, we're gonna have to just put a lot of cash into this slider. So I've been just thinking, how much do we want to put into this thing, and maybe like a total investment of like 1 million should be fine, right? Let me just check the degree on this thing. 44. I am not exactly liking 44, I'm gonna be honest. Let's actually restart and let's do a little bit more than 1 million. Let's do 1.2 in total. I know it's like not a lot, we're not gonna get like some huge degrees out of this. That's gonna be 50. I'm feeling a little bit better for a degree 50, I think. And then we're just making a decent amount of money, and I guess the next Paragon is gonna be like, what, the Ninja? I was thinking besides this one. Yeah, look at how good this thing is, by the way. It's just melting everything, and it's also melting like these small balloons and the spawns. It looks like we are healing Lich with something. I mean, it could be anything at this point. We have the NG, we have like the Alchemist, and I think starting from the tier 4, the Lich Siphon thingy becomes global. Or was it the tier 5? I don't exactly remember, but yeah, I think it's a tier 4 actually when this thing becomes global. So yeah, but all in all, it doesn't seem to matter that much because we are just going through this boss pretty easily, pretty fast, I want to say. And yeah, so only 1 skull left, and hopefully we don't get any DDTs. There we go, because the DDTs are a little bit faster, a little bit annoying especially when they get resummoned by Lich. But there we go, that was the tier 4. All right, so 1 more tier left. So we have the Sub Paragon. One of the things that we can do now is we can actually sell this guy so that we can free up one of the spots for our farming towers. I guess we can just buy like 1 more. How many farms can we buy? Like 3 monkeys left. Okay, so I'm just gonna buy 3 more 420 farms, which I know it's not gonna be like too much, but I guess it's gonna be better than nothing. And sorry, from this round we need to sell. Well, I already sold both of the 2 of the 420 farms that we had, and I'm gonna buy a favorite trades boat. And I actually want to do this because we can create the helicopter. So let me just turn off auto start for a second. And next to this monkey knowledge, which allows you to pick up a tier 4 tower if you pick up the favorite trades boat. You guys know this by now, but I just started doing this a little bit more often, I guess recently. But I'm just picking up a favorite trades boat, which is inside the heli now, and this increases the sell price of all of these towers that we're hovering over. So I'm just gonna hit play on round 119. We have the favorite trades boat on, and then once these guys are done producing cash, we're gonna start selling all of our farms, and we're gonna see how much extra cash we get. So there's gonna be 1 more bad balloon, and yeah, let's just pop this guy. Let's just play slow so that we don't send in the boss by accident. There we go. So it's 1.9 million in total. Now let's see how much we're gonna get after selling all the farms. Yeah, look at this thing. So you're just hovering around and you get so much extra cash, which makes this whole thing worth it by a lot. Actually, let's just even sell this thing. And let's do the Ninja Paragon. We're not gonna be putting all the cash into this thing because I want to leave some for the Boomer Paragon at the back, actually, for the super fast DT. So we're gonna leave about 600k. Let's get this. Is gonna be degree 59. That's a huge one for the Ninja. Let's make the Glaive Dominus. I'm gonna leave about 100-ish k. Maybe this is gonna be fine so that we can get some damage amplifiers. This is gonna be degree 29. That's completely fine for this guy, I'm pretty sure. Let me just buy this thing, the Super Brill on the side, and it's gonna be enough cash for the Cripple Moab. There we go. Set this guy to strong, and bam, there it is. All right, so can these 3 Paragons plus some damage amplifiers defeat the boss? I hope that they can. Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit of a trickier one. We usually use the Goliath for this thing, actually. So the Ninja is gonna have to be the main Paragon, and I also wanted to get the Boomer, actually, because when Lich resummons all of these DDTs, which are actually ramped up by themselves because we're around 121, they're super fast, and then Lich makes them faster and stronger as well. So I wanted to get just like a tower that has like these homing projectiles, and I know that the sub has them, but they're not 100% reliable, if you guys know this in the tier 4. You know what, let's actually just use the sub ability as well. I don't think this is gonna do too much, and it's actually really risky using this ability versus a boss like Lich, because once he, yeah, look at this thing. So once you proc the skull, he is immune. So look, it's gonna happen exactly like this. Okay, so the rockets are gonna launch. They're not even gonna land on top of the boss, which is just so sad. I think we need to have this guy strong, by the way, but that's completely fine. But yeah, he gets you know, this immunity from damage when he he's in this state in which you haven't still popped the chain mobs, right? So he's immune to everything. And also just using the ability for like the small Lich Soul doesn't exactly make sense. So yeah, not the best one, but it looks like we're getting it done, guys. The Boomer Paragon just starting to attack, not that many pops. Oh, actually, he is getting some pops. I think this is just like from the small mobs that he's been popping. But what's the MVP? I think the sub is gonna have a lot of pops just because the sub has been on the field for since the tier 4 actually. So this thing is at 28. Oh my god, that's a lot of pops. He's been also clearing out the small balloons as well. So yeah, and then the Ninja is at 14 million, but the Ninja's only been here since the tier 5 boss. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that the Ninja is the MVP, at least for the tier 5, and there he goes. It wasn't exactly as close, but yeah, the boss made it kind of far, I would say, into the track. But that's gonna be it for this one. That was the latest, and this is the last Lich, the last elite boss that we're gonna have for this update. So yeah, hope to see you guys in the next update 46. That's gonna be next week, and that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I'm gonna see you in the next one.